Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. I will throw a couple of cards. We'll see what the energy currently is unfolding for this day, this week, whenever you happen to find this. I find it very interesting. I mean, like, I have a feeling like this month is going to be like miraculously minded, right? So like, as you're in a state of recovery, it's kind of like somebody released the key that they thought it was. I don't know. But there's some kind of, there was like a delay in the process, right? Maybe a delay in a relationship, they just said. That it's kind of like, well, that's not very. Yeah, there's some kind of a transmutation of like what you believe to be the perception of why things have been postponed. It's kind of like you're changing your own clarity and the experience that you're currently living, right? And as you're stepping into a state of like, I love my life, like I get to do this every day, everything is unfolding for me, my desires are working with me for my highest possible outcome, like I'm living in a state of gratitude. And they're showing me like when you're flipping it, like your internal guidance glows. Because it's not, it just is. It's not like you're fighting for a particular outcome or you're pushing a particular paradigm or a way of being, right? Like you're not like, no, maybe they won't tell me. We'll see. I knew that was going to come out. Yeah, there's going to be some kind of an offer. Because somebody has watched you come into your own divine protocol. It's literally like your counterpart. I can't make this shit up. Here's the thing is like somebody thought they had like a lot of options, but in actuality, like you were the only option. I don't know. So you just kind of went about your own escapades, is what they said. You can take that how it resonates for you. I don't know. So your ring finger, whatever's going on in Saturn, Sumerian crease. It's like where your heart and your head merge. Your Mercury finger that's curved. Short fingers. Squares. Oh, geez, there's so much. Major lines, your head and your heart. Yeah, there's definitely something in regards to like your fate. Thick fingers. And Mercury fingers. Again, it's like the curved and the squared tip. We are talking about fingers, people. Anyway, evolving every day. My body and mind evolve. My mind becomes wise and my body becomes seasoned. Each day that I heal and change, the more sure of myself I become. I rise tall, like the mountains touch the clouds, never to be trampled, right? Unexpected growth. So maybe somebody wasn't necessarily seeing themselves in the place that they're currently residing, vibration-wise, home-wise, I don't know. take it as it resonates, right? What was that? Okay. Okay, what? Future. Yeah, your true purpose. Continuation. Getting into the vibration where, like, your perspective is just, like, pushing into a higher state of consciousness, right? Like, you're not allowing, like, the legal disputes, like, the things that have been, like, kind of roadblocks in the wind, like, they're no longer taking precedence in how you're proceeding forward. It's like you're impregnated with a new perspective, a new vision of the reality that you desire in your love life, in your love language. It's kind of like you're choosing to upgrade the way that you have learned love through the karmic mainframe, through the blueprint of the karma that your family has taken on, that you've taken on, right? Highest timeline. Thank you. So, like, for those of you that are a channel, it's all about, like, being in a state of reflectiveness. Starseeds. Out of chaos comes creation, right? Once you know where you've been, you don't have to keep repeating it because now you know the pattern of reflection, right? And so as it comes through and it tries to hold precedence in your current reality, like, you need to pause and freeze frame it and go, you know what? If it's not meant for me, take it out of my field, right? And allow God to move the pieces that need to move so that you can then get on a higher timeline. Because the mental clarity and the understanding of, like, what's trying to impede or keep you in a cycle, like, let go. Like, they're showing me, like, take your hands off the wheel and, like, allow, like, don't do this if you're driving, right? Like, I mean, come on. But, like in your next move, like, kind of toss a bunch of different options into the fire and, like, step back and allow what needs to come into your field, right? And also know, like, if you ask for help, like, say yes. Don't turn away the desire of salvation of, like, how somebody was trying to rescue you, that you didn't look like it was going to look like that, right? Like, be a little bit more inclined to be open, because in truth, angels can use the best vessel, right? Sometimes that happens to be a homeless person. Like, sometimes that happens to be the lady in the grocery store. Sometimes that is, like, your clerk as you're checking out. Like, allow the space to unfold as it needs to. And so always come back into that state of being, my highest and best good, just show me. I'm in full allowance, right? And get into that state of being, because it's really going to help alleviate, like, where the next phase is going. Yeah, they're saying it's something to do with your fulfillment. It's something to do with, like, the effects of living a righteous life. Is kind of like, this is, like, the next, like, whoever your counterpart is that comes into this place, right? Into this space. Maybe these are key indicators. I don't know. But you're going to get channeled it before it actually shows up in your reality, right? And so the thing is like, just because you can see, like, bits and pieces in your mind's eye, know that the play is always the same, but the actors change. As you evolve, as you grow, like, the same actors are not going to be in your current reality. It's you're literally upgrading into a different play. But it's the same play, if that makes sense, right? But you're just no longer operating out of that, like, lowest paradigm where you're... It's kind of like the eat shit, fuck, like, vibration, right? It's that, like, base level of survival, foundation. And, like, you're not operating out of that paradigm. So it's like you wouldn't attract, like, more of that vibration. Like, so understand, like, that as you're evolving, like, your true purpose, I don't know why that came up, but it's, like, true purpose in the understanding of, like, the next perspective, the next level, the the miracle within the unfolding of like the things that bring you joy, the prosperity that brings you joy, like the compassion that brings you joy, like however you flow in this next phase of your discovery, right? Like you can create the reality you want instantaneously. There should not be a delay. There doesn't need to be a delay. We've been told that it has to be a delay, but sometimes if you're attuned correctly, if your emotions come from a heart-centered place, you essentially hack the game, right? And so it's like not being kind for the possibility of getting something. It's just purely being kind, right? Just purely being heart-centered, just purely being and asking like God to help you wake up and be the support that that person needs. And it's going to shift you into a trajectory where you then are in your true purpose, right? So like try that. Try that before you even go into a conversation. Like try and just say, you know, God, let me be what they need right now in this moment, right? If you've ever gotten Reiki, or if you've ever had somebody, you know, lay hands on you when they're doing energy healing, like sometimes you can feel cold touch, right? Sometimes you can feel it like they're touching your head and your knees are tweaking out, right? It depends on like the connectivity of like what your body needs and the intent of the person that's doing it for you, right? And they just said like it literally boils down to like the reflection of the desires of that you truly want. And as you keep choosing a higher timeline to the divine partnership that you're looking for, like then the partner or the partner to come has to continually increase its vibration of receptivity, right? It has to get on a higher, they have to get into a higher timeline of like what they are it's not. Highest mind in the room wins, right? So if you hold the vibration, either they become a equal match or they have the potentiality to have an equal match, right? But do you want to live in the land of possibilities, right? And I personally, my belief is that the person you meet should be ready right where you're at. If you're meeting people with potential, that means you're still living in karma, right? Because it means that they're not there yet. So then what in you is yet to be there? I don't know. I mean, but that's what they're saying. And so like in residual, like as you're creating your dream relationship or whatever it looks like for you, right? Whatever that success looks like, whatever is your dream life, how you want to live day in and day out, it's not going to look like the same for everybody else, right? But also if you've never taken off your limitation goggles and just dreamed as big as you possibly can dream, like if you've never had the ability of playing and then what, or and then I see, right? How do you go bigger? How do you get bolder? How do you get brighter of the possibilities that can actually unfold through divine intervention, right? Because like the divine works in really mysterious and miraculous ways. And so just allow what needs to unfold at your highest timeline. Just keep seeing an environment that you want to live in, right? An environment that you want to be enclosed in, where you enjoy your neighbors, where you enjoy the cooperation for highest way of being, you know? I don't know. I'm going to leave that there, though. If something in this resonated for you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Until next time, be well, and ciao.